Look here, man. If your main goals in life are centered around becoming your best version, then you must be willing to kill off your old self and bury it in a grave.
Say it. Because we're the same person.
That's right.
We are the all singing, all dancing cracked. I don't understand this.
You were looking for a way to change your life. You could not do this on your own. All the ways you wish you could be, that's me. I look like you want to look. I fuck like you want to fuck. I am smart, capable, and most importantly, I'm free in all the ways that you are not.
Oh, no. It's impossible.
No.
This is crazy.
People do it every day. They talk to themselves. They see themselves as they'd like to be. They don't have the courage you have to just run with it.
The cost of your new life is the death of your old one, as every creation also requires an equal and opposite form of destruction. So before you think about anything related to self-improvement, you first must undergo the process of self-destruction. Because what's old must die like leaves on a branch in order to make room for what's new to grow. And this, my friends, is where we get into the art of recreating yourself. See, when you really break it down and take some time to sit back and self-reflect, you'll know exactly what bad habits and characteristics are holding you back from reaching your highest potential in life. But your self-identity has become so attached to these traits over time that it feels like it's almost impossible to shake loose from them. Because as humans, the way we see and perceive ourselves has a major influence on dictating our actions, as you simply cannot rise above and beyond the barriers of the self-image. So of course, in order for you to break out of this box created by your past self, you need to let that shit just burn, baby.
It's a phoenix-like process, right? You're shedding all those elements of you that are no longer worthy of the pursuits that you're valuing.
And this idea of a psychological rebirth always starts at the roots, as the majority of all your personality traits can stem back from your upbringing, where you were told who you were, what you do, and how to behave, which was also further ingrained into you by your environment. But unfortunately, 9 times out of 10, if you actually sit back and keep it a buck with yourself, deep down you'll realize fairly quickly that this is not who you truly are. So to rid yourself of this facade and step back into your true form, you must be willing to give it all up.
It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything.
Because like we previously just said, a man cannot rise above how he sees himself. So when you become aware of this and have pinpointed the things that are no longer serving you and fulfilling your purpose in life, you must cut these parts of yourselves completely out of the equation. Like a gardener trimming off the leaves of a dead plant, you too must start snipping away to start off this process of self-destruction.
That's what you have to do. Kill the version of you right now. I'm not saying you have to take drastic measures like physical measures. I'm saying mentally, you need to upgrade your game. You need to get rid of this version of yourself now to become someone that's even better. You need to upgrade your mental game.
For example, as a person overcoming an alcohol addiction is now recreating themselves, they must cut off all forms of contact with this former self and not even entertain this as an option anymore. So you do not want to recreate this new self-identity as someone who just doesn't drink anymore, but rather cement the fact that you do not drink point blank, period. Now this subtle difference may look like something minor on the surface, but trust me, it's going to make a major impact in the long haul, because you've essentially destroyed and burned off the old version of yourself that could claim that they just don't drink anymore, which hints at the fact that you still were a drinker.
I'm not drunk, all right? I just have a speech impediment. And a stomach virus. And an inner ear infection.
And that in itself right there embeds itself into your subconscious mind, which inevitably can lead you down the path of going back to your old ways. And now obviously just making these claims ain't gonna magically flip the fucking switch for you overnight. You now need to fill in the gaps of all the holes you've created. And a great place to start this rebuilding and rebranding process is again going back to your roots. See, there was a brief period in time where your true self-image and authentic personality traits were made proudly prevalent and free. free before they got covered up by this facade you've grown to adapt to. So by tracing it back to this time, you'll find exactly what you've been looking for, as you essentially unlearn who you were told to be and embark on the path towards who you were always meant to be. And to get even more specific, start to take note of all the beliefs, morals, values, and overall characteristics of the type of people you looked up to at that time, as there is a reason why you were naturally inclined and drawn to them while at your purest form. So now as you go throughout the process of recreating yourself and filling in the gaps, you got a crystal clear reflection to look back at. And slowly but surely, as you start to reprogram your subconscious mind, you start to sow the seeds and water your plants to inevitably bloom you into someone and something totally brand new. And while others on the outside may start to claim things that you're no longer the same person, they can't even recognize you, and that you've completely changed, you'll know deep down in reality that you've never felt more in tune with yourself than ever before, as you've now shed off the old skin from your past self just like a snake. I mean, what can I say, man? Evolution is the only solution. So at the end of the day, be willing to take that first step towards actually picking out a fly casket, so you at least can make sure that you bury your old self in style. Come on, man.
I'm in a call.